Robin and Marilyn Hanbury run Heath Farm in Plumpton Green in East Sussex. They primarily produce free-range chickens for eating, as well as mutton and lamb. They also supply products such as hay and straw, and have a couple of delightful self-catering cottages, which they rent out.
We sell the roasting chickens either whole or in portions. And I also make shepherd's pies, chicken liver pate, chicken stock, anything, bits and pieces like that that we get from the same produce, as it were.
Yes, the chicks come in from the supplier at day old. We get up to about 90 at a time. We put those in a shed, in a ring, with a heater, because they have to be kept under heat because they're not capable of keeping themselves warm initially. Give them water and food, then they stay like that for a couple of weeks till they're big enough to come out of the ring. And they then move into the full size of shed, which is about 12 feet square. They're still under heat at that stage. Depending on time of year, they could be under heat for up to 4 weeks. But as soon as they've got their feathers, they're capable of keeping themselves warm. We turn the heat off. We usually use electricity for the heating, but we have got a gas backup in case the power fails. They are let out at about 4 weeks. If we let them out earlier than that, they're very vulnerable to crows. And if we delay it too long, then they lose interest in going out at all. So we try and let them out between 4 and 5 weeks of age, and we find that then they range very well after that. So their routine then is to come out in the morning about 7:30, 8 o'clock, and they'll go back in at dusk, whether that's 10 o'clock at night in the summer or 4:30 in the afternoon in the winter. Find when we open the pop holes first thing in the morning, they all roar out and root around, and then half an hour later you find half of them gone back in again. But they like soft weather, ideally, not sunny, slight rain perhaps, nice and warm, no wind. We go in once a day to feed them in the mornings. We feed them a proprietary grower ration, GM free, but we're not organic, but just free range. And make sure their water's okay, make sure nothing's died in the night. Otherwise that's really all the looking after they need.
Robin and Marilyn don't just keep chickens.
We've got a flock of 35 breeding ewes, Beulah sheep, which are quite self-sufficient. And we rear their lambs up to maturity. We've just started selling our lambs now. How old are they at the moment?
Born in April, so
May, June, July, August. They're about 5 months old now. So we've just started selling our new season's lamb now, and some of the and we have them done in various joints. If there's any special orders, we get those cut. They're cut by a butcher. We take the animals to the abattoir, and they go on to a butcher. Our very old ewes that are no longer capable of having lambs, and they might be 5, 6, 7 years old, we will have them. When we need some mutton, we will have one of them slaughtered for mutton, and we have it back generally as cubed, and then anything that's left that isn't capable of being cubed is minced. And we sell that in £1 bags, and it's very, very popular. It's got a lovely flavour.
Joints as well.
We do a few mutton joints too. Well, we also, some of our chickens we cut into pieces, which is more convenient for some people who live on their own perhaps, or they just don't want the whole chicken. It also means that if we have bones as a result of the chopping up process, then we also sell those for people to make stock from, or I make stock from them. I also, although I haven't got any here at the moment, we do make chicken soup, particularly in the winter. And I make shepherd's pies from some of our minced lamb, which are again very popular. We have one gentleman who comes and buys, I think, five or six at a time. And the other product I make, which was only made this morning, is chicken liver pate.
We go to 4 farmers markets. Lewis is our local market, and we also go to one in Wallington near Croydon, Epsom, and one at Milford near Godalming. They're all at weekends, so we're very much orientated towards supplying chickens and lamb at the weekend for those markets.